Hey guys, it's Freya. Welcome back to Freya's Gaming World, and we are reacting to Llama Arts. As you guys know, Llama Arts is kind of like a horror story, kind of realized. You can tell who's it. Ivan. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Because that guy had L, that M, like you don't have a name.
Mario characters. I was Luigi since I was the second tallest. Ivan was Mario since he's short and buff. Not that Mario is buff. Jesse was Waluigi because he's freakishly tall and skinny. And Ryan was Wario because he's just really fat. So they were the perfect group costumes for us. We live in a very non-congested suburban neighborhood with a decent amount of space in between houses. On Halloween, that's the worst thing ever. Less bang for your buck. We were trick-or-treating for hours, way past dark, and eventually came the time when most trick-or-treaters were heading home. My feet started to hurt, and I had to constantly switch arms for holding the now 10-pound pillow sack of candy, but we planned on going until our bags were completely full. A lot of the houses by now weren't answering anymore. It was probably...
Guys, is that just me? Or does it look over here at the tree, like it's like kind of looks like a reindeer? Like, do you see it? Like that would be the legs, that would be like the face, and then that's like that. Comment down if you think that kind of looks like a reindeer, even though it's probably not.
We passed their cutoff time for giving candy to trick-or-treaters. Approaching our next house, we saw a purple bucket on the stoop, which was the best feeling ever. I was the one to get close enough to realize it was empty, which was the worst feeling ever. I turned around when I heard a knock at the window of the house. We all looked at the window. Couldn't see anyone, but heard someone call out, "Wait." The door opened and an older man, late 40s, already balding, stepped outside. He told us to come inside so he can get us some more candy.
He looks like he's going to do something completely bad. Like, that does not look good. If they actually went in, I'd be like, oh no, you should have just ran home and like told someone what was going on. Because that guy's like super creepy.
I would tell you, but I'm going to be a tattletale, so no.
I need to spoil it. Okay, let's keep going, guys, but I don't have a good feeling about this.
I said we could just wait out here. He responded saying something along the lines of, "Nonsense, come on in, we'll get you your candy." Ivan stepped in and said, "It's alright. Come on, Dan, let's go." I told the guy to take care and apologized. He just stood there watching as we walked over.
Guys, do you see that? What's behind him? Like, I'm not joking. Like, do you even see them eyes? Like, why is that there? That's weird, guys. Really creepy and weird.
Off, not saying anything. I felt bad, but at the same time, that guy seemed like a creeper, and I figured I just dodged a bullet not going in there. If the story ended there, it wouldn't be scary, so of course, it didn't end there. We skipped a few of the guy's neighboring houses just to get further away, and continued on with our business. We were walking down close to...
Guys, they all went to the same house. That guy's got belly candy. That guy's got more. He's got the same size as that guy. But this guy's got like so much. Like, what the hell? Did no one like these two guys? And what the hell is that? Like, what the hell? It has wings and it looks like human. Human bat. Must be a human bat.
To the nature preserve now, so there weren't many houses around us. At this point, we were now walking back closer to Jesse's house. I noticed Ryan had stopped walking, and I turned around to see what's up. He said he heard someone moving from behind the trees in the preserve. Now this was before
I thought Ryan was that guy.
No.
I know that wasn't, but that should have been Ryan because it's like an R. See what I mean? And like whoever had an L, the first name should be an L to make him like more
Everyone's phones had flashlights, so we couldn't just go searching in the woods for someone. Besides, we were just telling Ryan that it must have been a raccoon or something. You may think this is a bit of a cliche, but when things like this happen in real life, you always assume the more logical possibility. It's just natural. Why would we assume we were being followed? I had to put my arm around Ryan's shoulder and nudge him forward. A little ways down the street, me and Ivan picked up on the sound as well. When we all stopped, the sounds of the footsteps from beyond the trees stopped as well. Ivan yelled at the obvious stalker to go away, or we would beat the shit out of them. I knew he was just bluffing though. I could hear the nervousness in his voice. The snap of a twig from beyond the trees triggered a fight or flight response in all of us. Me, Jesse, and Ryan all ran for it. Ivan was at first charging to attack, but he quickly followed after realizing we had all taken off. We ran down the dark street, and we all noticed the sounds of at least 2 or 3 pairs of footsteps crushed.
What?
He's so skinny and tall, the purple one. I think it's yellow as well. He's so tall.
Guys, how would them 3 guys not be like at the same side, like just a straight line, since they both talk at the same time? Well, that guy's a little bit like more round, but that's not a bad thing, guys. Okay, let's keep going, guys.
Crushing the twigs and leaves in the woods. We banked it hard right down Jesse Street when it finally came up and ran straight for his backyard, entering his house through the back door. The first thing we did was peek out through his living room window. We couldn't see anyone. We all had to gather our thoughts and discuss what the hell just went down in his living room, when all of a sudden we heard Jesse's backyard gate slam shut. Jesse dove to turn off the lights. There was a click and a bang from down in the den. It was more than likely Jesse's back door. We all agreed to go down armed with knives and face them. Jesse turned on his back door light, but there was nobody out there. Just then the front door opened, and we all screamed like animals. Jesse's mom and sisters came rushing downstairs. They had just gotten home from their friend's little house party. We all rested assured knowing it was just them. Jesse explained what happened, but made it seem a lot less dramatic. Me and Ivan went home after that and called it a night. At 12:30 a.m., I got a disturbing text message. It was from Jesse. It said, "It wasn't my mom." I texted back saying, "What?" He responded back quickly, saying, "It wasn't my mom in the backyard." My fingers slammed the buttons on my phone, responding back, "What do you mean?" There was a long pause before he finally told me that his mom and sisters said they never went in the backyard. I told him to immediately check the backyard from his upper deck. He had already done just that. He also told his mom everything, and she had already called the police. They didn't find anyone back there, but Jesse did mention the guy who invited us in while trick-or-treating. Nothing ever became of that, and nothing ever happened at Jesse's house again after that one Halloween night.
Guys, do you not think if a man just put that out, everyone would just be terrified to go Halloweening?
Yeah.
Like, it's funny to like make a scary one, but like you don't want to make it really scary because it's just gonna make so many kids upset, like scared what could happen.
Yeah, but it's actually, some of these are fake, but every time it's real, they always put it in their true real stories, Halloween, trick-or-treating. If it wasn't real, they would say it, so it's not really
It wouldn't say it's not real, it would just leave it like this. The good thing is, though, this is a fake one. It's not like a true one.
Why would I join your party?
Right, guys, let's find a better one, like a good one. I think we should watch Mr. Nightmare Animation.
I've never seen this one.
I've seen this one, but like not really that good. A disturbing true Snapchat story number 2.
True. So this one's true.
This one's true, guys. It's not like a fake one, but this one is a little bit creepy, a little bit like weird, and a little bit like.
Okay.
Okay, let's go, guys.
Put it into Rachel's key.
That music, just like, I don't like the music.
This is a short but terrifying story of something that happened when I was Snapchatting a friend. I'm pretty young, I'm only 13, still in middle school.
13.
A girl I really liked had just recently started snapping me selfie pictures, and we started messaging each other for a few nights. One night when I was watching TV, she sent me a snap of herself laying in her bed without a caption. I sent a message saying, "What's up?" She sent another identical picture, this time with a caption saying, "Not much, you?" She set the timer to 10 seconds, so it gave me plenty of time to analyze the picture, including her bedroom in the background, and the dark outline of a person standing by her window. I quickly sent a response message, saying, "Is that your brother by the window?" She sent another identical snap, this time captioned, "What do you mean?" In this picture, the figure at the window was closer, and I could see a hand pressed up against the glass.
How can
I
she
closed the
see that?
snap before the timer even...
How would you not even see that when you're taking a picture? You would easily see on your phone that behind that it'd be a guy. Like, how do you not see that? Like, who cares if you think it'd be the bush? You still look. Like, you don't be that dumb. Like, jeez. I wouldn't be surprised if that guy killed her. Like, if she doesn't even know what's behind her. Like, he's lucky that he had a phone with him. It didn't die. She's so lucky.
ran out so I could tell her quicker. I said, "There's somebody at your window, turn around." She opened my snap almost immediately, and then I didn't hear from her again on the app. I grew more and more worried as the minutes passed. I texted her a few times to no avail. I tried calling her a few times to no avail as well. I didn't know her house phone number, otherwise I would have called her parents. It wasn't until midnight when I was already laying in bed that she finally texted me back. She explained the whole situation. As soon as she looked at her window and saw the person standing there, she screamed. And that caused the person, who turned out to be a 20-something-year-old man, to open the window and jump into the room.
Why would he have weather boots on? Like, what?
Is it raining outside?
But like, weather boots just make it so much easier if you left them inside. Because like, you could find out like who it belonged to. Oh my god, that's just dumb.
From there, she ran to her parents' room and woke her dad, who went to her room to find nothing but an open window. It wasn't a...
Why would the window not be closed though? Like, and locks, because... Yeah, but you can lock them kind of windows.
exactly a personal story of mine, but it freaks me out nonetheless, knowing that the only thing that saved my friend from was the fact that I was able to see the window unbeknownst to the creeper at her window.
That's not... It's not scary, that one, but it's not like a great one that much.
It's not that scary and it's not that.
It's scary what could happen to the girl. Like, if the boy didn't pick up his phone, if he didn't like the girl more, like if he...
I'm gonna go get a drink, if that's fine.
Yeah, sure, go. But guys, I don't know how the guy didn't know, like, what he was doing. Like, it was kind of, like, weird, but again, it wasn't. Like, if you get what I mean. Like, how would you, like, not know what was happening? Like, it just makes it strange. As, like, she could have died, but she didn't. Like, it's just so, like, so weird. So, guys, I'm thinking we find the most scariest one, since Summer isn't in the room. So we have to find the most scariest one, guys. And then we'll say to Summer we've seen it and it's not that scary when it's creepy. So this is called a bus stop horror story animation. So it's not real, but we'll say to her it is. Are you back? Good. So this is called a bus stop. So what it is this guy at a stop. And it's a true. Guys, can I tell you a fact? See up here how it says a bus stop horror mason animation? Do you know sometimes if they're really not bothered, they won't put it up here, that's a true one, but they put it like on the actual title? Do you know that? That they do that on some of the videos because they can't put in both? Or sometimes if they don't do it, it has to be like true story bus stop animation, like it'd be here and then here. So yeah.
I'm so small right now.
Yeah, because she has like a normal chair and I have like the best chair. So guys, let's start this.
This is the scariest one.
It's not. Well, looks scary. I think, guys, this is a new one. I don't know about this, guys, but I want to do it. She wants me to do this to see what actually happens.
Oh.
Like, look, they don't even see anything. All this is like the guy and stuff like this. If it gets too scary, I will pause it.
17 years old. I would go to the gym 3 to 4 times
Better?
a week and ride the bus home. It was a Sunday and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night, and snow had just started peppering the ground. My bus was taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music. Almost an hour had passed. It was freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at all. That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy.
I've seen that boy before in one of the videos.
Yeah, I've seen that guy. Guys, comment down below if you know what guy this is. And don't go looking at other videos. But I can't put my fit. Yeah, you can, but who is that from?
What video is it from?
I don't know, guys. This is really hard, this one, guys. I don't know.
But I know I've seen him before. I remember him. I remember him really.
Why did we not seem like coming around the corner like that kind of thing? Or like crossing the road
Because
like...
he couldn't hear it anyway because he had his headphones in, so he
Yeah,
couldn't
but I
hear
feel like looked... Why is it like over the corner? I was like, oh...
Wait a minute. This is weird. It's like a shadow. Where's the car?
No, because that is the cars I posted when I was driving past. So it looks like it's a shadow.
Guy dressed
See?
in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly
He looks like he's homeless.
towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my
50 or
phone.
60.
He sat down at the other end of the shelter and just
Wavy.
Guys, look at his eyes. Like, I want to murder you. I want to murder
Stared at
you.
me.
His eyes are
I want to murder you. Guys, see when I'm posted? It looks like he's
There
getting
was
up.
something off about him. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked,
When is the bus due?
I took out my earphones and said,
I think it's delayed because of the snow.
he stared at me for a while, then started mumbling to himself. He was really starting to creep me out, so I pretended to be on my phone. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He'd moved closer to me. I looked.
He's like a creep and he looks homeless.
He looks like a creep. He looks like he's on drugs. And then I think he's going to get super close to him and go like...
I don't think he is.
Okay.
away for a second, then heard the sound of him sliding even closer. I turned to him and said,
You okay there?
He stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his arm and leaned towards me. Immediately, I grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground. I ran down the road, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check.
Guys, on bus stop, it's like a really far away. Like, one bus stop would be here, and the next one would be like, "Ba-doom," over there. So it's like a massive distance. So you must be really fast or super tired.
to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the...
Guys, I think if this doesn't happen, they should have had a head poking out from here. Like, I can still see you.
back of the glass and waited for the bus.
That might happen, actually. behind
Oh
him.
no,
I
guys.
feel like he's gonna poke here,
No, he's gonna jump out.
or maybe run and get him while his eyes are closed.
Guys.
Why are you doing that?
I want to see what happened.
So he peeks out of the corner.
Guys, it is so scary.
I jolted and turned around to see the same guy staring at me through the glass.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter towards me.
Oh crap, guys. Run. Run. He doesn't look like nothing happened to him. He looks like perfectly fine.
I'm warning you, stay back.
I yelled in panic as I was backing up. I wanted to run, but I left my bag in the shelter and I couldn't leave without it. Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. He fell to the ground face first. I froze in shock, then noticed the blood coming from his face. I tried to get a response out of him, but nothing worked. I called the police.
Are you done? He's trying to get you, and you're like, hello, you okay? Like,
Wait,
let him to die.
Wait, can I get the mouse for a minute? If you replay until I say you stop, why is he wearing sandals in a snowy night? And
Sandals are so clumsy.
I know, and he didn't even trip over anything. When
He
I
did.
When I lean forward and I get tripped by something, I don't get
What he did,
blood flowing from my mouth.
no, it's because he kept jumping, and he kept against guards, and every time he fell, it was going deeper and deeper into him. And he must have been rocks in him. He was I think his idea was like trying to do something wrong. So let's keep going,
Some
guys.
paramedics and they arrived shortly after. I told them what had happened and they told me that the guy was on
You shouldn't get
prescription
in jail because
drugs.
he didn't do it.
They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son. The boy looked just like me, so we assumed he thought it was him. I later
his dad,
learned that
but
he had
not that
lost his
boy.
son in a custody battle and went off the rails. He was taken away for
That's the
treatment.
boy.
That was the last I saw of him. I got my driver's license.
Guys, this, I know what this one's from. Do you? This one's from the pizza one. So when, like, he's driving to do a pizza delivery, but then it's a creepy house. That's what it's from.
Shortly after, and have never been on a bus since. And have never been on a bus since.
So,
That's my boy.
yeah,
Why has he got no marks on him?
because maybe that's like the sun. No, he does. You can see it if you look real close.
Oh, sort of. Can I pick one this time?
Oh, you can get t-shirts, guys.
After one more video come off.
That's good. So I think we just have enough time for one last one.
Can I pick one?
Okay. Now let's do one that we both haven't seen. Guys, let's try. No, let's get. No.
I think we've done 3 so far. Oh my god.
I came off the whole thing. Right, choose one.
I've seen that. Doors in the Woods. Wait, what's that one? Don't think I've seen that one.
I've seen that one. We could watch that one. How may I do an animation?
Animation.
Yeah, but I showed you how you do it, so it's not really that good. We could do that one.
Christmas one?
Seen it. Do that one. It's good. Like, I've seen like a tiny bit of it.
School lockdown.
Stories to animations.
Okay.
That's
Can you put it in full screen?
yeah. So guys, this might be our last one. Let's just watch it.
We've had the lockdown bell at school.
I'm 22 years old.
First time.
Did you know, guys, that in 14 years we've had the lockdown bell? Our teacher said,
And this is the
and it
first
was an
time
actually
ever.
someone trying to break in or something,
Or break
or with a
out.
gun.
Or a knife or something.
Yeah, it was very scary, guys. But I didn't care. This girl in our class was so worried about her, like, stuff. And I'm like, no, you should be
Fresh
more
out of-
worried about yourself than your stuff. It's just cards.
And guess what? There was this girl called Jessica in our class. She's actually really nice and kind. She has this little brother, and I think he's in B2 or 3. I'm pretty sure it's 2. And he was outside when the lockdown bell went off, and nobody was watching him. So he didn't, she started crying and came up to the teacher and asked, I don't know if my brother is okay or not, because the playground, the little one in our school, there's a little playground, and that's right next to the hub where the fire was as well for the lockdown bell. And she got scared that he might have went into the hub because he was working in it, and like nobody was outside watching him, and she was
Yes, let's
scared
get to this.
that-
We don't have all day.
Okay.
college, and I recently got a job at my old high school as a sort of computer intern in the school
Old high school. I'm surprised that would still be up.
basement. The basement of the school is very messy and disorganized, but there is a small
Teddy.
3-person office that's actually very nice down
Teddy.
there. It has 3 nice big desks, 2 mini fridges, a flat screen TV mounted on the wall, and oh so satisfying air conditioning, a luxury the students and teachers cannot enjoy in the school. And of course all the school servers and other computery stuff. I got the job because 3 of my old computer teachers flat out adored me. I could actually consider them as real friends, not just teacher figures, so they all helped tremendously in landing me this job. It's been great, until something that happened a few weeks ago. My 2 co-workers that shared the office with me, Dave and Gary, weren't in the office at the time. They were upstairs working on papers or whatever. I was eating my sandwich during my lunch break when I got a phone call from one of the women in the front office telling me the school was on lockdown and that somebody, possibly armed, had entered the school. There wasn't much that I could do other than turn off the lights because, surprisingly, as nice as this little office was, it didn't have an actual door to it, just a big opening, and the door to the whole basement didn't even have a working lock. For my own safety, I did turn off all the lights in the office and my computer screen. I kept my phone on the desk, texting both Gary and Dave, but they wouldn't respond. I sat down there in the dark, playing games on my phone for like 20 minutes, waiting for the call from up front to tell me to resume working. I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't hear what was going on upstairs from down here, but I was not allowed to make any calls until I was informed that the lockdown was over. Then the noisy basement door opened. As the creaking echoed across the basement and into my office, I sat up from my seat, wondering if I should call out Gary or Dave. I was eager to get some info from them. Someone then came running down the stairs, and their footsteps were approaching my office. I pushed away my chair and crawled under my desk. Somebody entered the office but did not turn on the lights. There was just silence.
Guys, what's this? What is that? Is that a cloud?
I can't even describe the fear I was experiencing. I felt like if I made one sudden noise, I'd be a dead man. Suddenly, my phone dinged as I got a text message. I felt my entire world shrivel up and die at that one moment.
Guys, that's kind of creepy, isn't it?
And I think we have to stop there.
Now,
As I clenched my teeth in fear. Footsteps suddenly moved closer to me until I finally dove out from under the desk in capitulation, begging whoever it was not to kill me. And just then, someone grabbed my arm and pulled me up. It was some guy in a red plaid button-up, jeans, and a reddish-black cap. He told me, "It's okay, I'm just down here hiding with you."
Why does that look so much like him? Except for me.
"What's going on up there?" I whispered to him. He kind of ignored my question and asked me if there's an exit down here. I told him, "Yeah, around that way." Before he could do anything else, I asked him, "Who are you?" There was a brief moment of silence. Before he started explaining, he was coming in to pick up his son when a teacher told him to hide. After his explanation, I checked my phone and saw the text I received was from Dave. It said, "Dude, this is fucking crazy. Some guy with a gun shot Mr. Buckley. He's wearing a red shirt and a hat. Whatever you do, don't come upstairs." I was about to reread that text out loud to the man until I realized. I looked up and felt my stomach sink. The man seemed to catch on to my suspicious stare. Panicking, all I could think to do was to run for the upstairs. A gunshot echoed through the basement and I could hear the bullet ricochet off something metal in the darkness. But thank God the bullet missed me and I made it upstairs. Fortunately, police were waiting at all exits, including the basement exit, and caught the man the second he opened the door. More good news, our teacher Mr. Buckley survived the gunshot.
Guys, I think we should stop it there because the rest of it's just saying like what happened, like he started working again and he like went to jail and stuff.
Revealed. All we know is that Mr. Buckley
Just comment down below.
Now, give this a like, smash that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell.
Take them.
And that is all for today. Bye, guys.